Alright, this is JBM and L-Mid, gonna do another horror review. This is a 1973 British horror film.
The Legend of Hell House, 1973.
I've been waiting to see this movie for a while now. 13th Wolfman talked about this in a series where he talked about the evolution of horror movies throughout the decades, and in the 70s he talked about this movie. Finally found it online, got a chance to check it out. It has a similar feel to a lot of those 60s, 70s British horror films, like kind of like the Hammer horror films, and a little bit of a feel like Tales from the Crypt and Vault of Horror.
So what you mean by that feel from the 70s film?
Well, it goes at a good pace. There's a lot of dialogue. There's not that much feel.
It's a hardcore British dialogue.
I really don't recommend this. It didn't live up to the hype. I'm gonna get into reasons why. There's no like special effects. There's like, well, it was the early 70s, so there really is no special effects. But they don't do much gore either. They don't do much of anything. Anyway, I'm gonna try and sum up this plot for you guys. Basically, this rich old
perverted millionaire.
Shut up.
That's what it says.
Not him yet. I'm talking about, first off, this rich guy hires a team to investigate if there is life after death, and they sends them to this, obviously, the Legend of Hell House.
Who's the perverted millionaire's mansion?
Which they call the Mount Everest of haunted houses in the description. And he sends this team is filled up of so he sends this team to figure out if there's life after death. But they don't even focus on that the rest of the movie. Now we're going to be talking about spoilers, so go and see it if you want to, but I wouldn't recommend it. Alright, so anyway, one of the guys is a physicist who's just book smart. He knows dates and he knows dates of famous wars, but he doesn't know.
All he researched is the Big Bang Theory. It's all he knows.
But he doesn't know jack about the paranormal or good versus evil.
He's like, no, there's a scientific explanation for it.
Then one guy's a spiritualist medium. He doesn't even say much throughout most of the movie.
Until his mom.
He was also a survivor of the previous expedition that was done on the house like 10 years before.
So he
or
thought
something.
he was going to have more insight, but he didn't.
But he doesn't add anything in the whole script. What they do is...
Except doll air.
What they do is the third woman is a medium who goes into like a number of ESP, like trance filler of like communicating with spirits.
Or the spirit communicates through her.
Yeah, you knew it was coming, and it gets old quick, and they do it just a ton.
In between the British tea time talk.
Indeed.
Indeed, and they're talking about, oh yeah, maybe it was a medium, maybe it was science.
And he's like, oh yeah, so tell us about the maniac that lived here, and how he killed everyone. The legend goes, the spirit in the house, the guy who owned the house of the Legend of Hell House, was some perverted millionaire, as they describe him.
Cannibalist, Satanist.
He did all the sacrilegious sacrifices in the house and killed a number of people, so a number of spirits are in the house.
Supposedly. Like, that's the kickers, it gets towards the...
They don't show flashback scenes, which they should have done, instead of doing so much filler of no special... The special effects of this movie was...
by the cat.
The special effects for this movie was like a freaking fan.
And a prop cat that was like, you know, that they moved around, she threw off...
Salem?
Yeah, from Sabrina Teenage Witch, yeah. The black cat. A total prop cat, and then just a little bit of prop blood, and a fan.
Okay, so the main physicist tries to justify all the paranormal activity. Meanwhile, he's like sitting down at dinner, and like dishes are flying everywhere, and like...
And he's like...
No, and the girl's like, I got another scratch, and he tries to justify everything, and he thinks it's kinetic energy, and he brings in his 60s, early 70s machine.
He thinks it was her doing it. Oh yeah, and then the next thing, it's just a big old prop machine.
They don't even explain it to you in the plot, like at any point where he does believe they're spirits, but then like he like doesn't believe it the whole movie, but then at the end he's like, oh, I'm gonna turn on this machine to get rid of the kinetic energy.
Yeah, and the whole thing is that, you know, he doesn't believe in him. Besides,
I think he thinks it's a mind over matter or something.
I'm saying the whole point is they're trying to prove whether or not there's life after death, and then he gets halfway through the movie and he's like, well, I don't believe in spirits, but I have a machine so we can get rid of spirits.
And his genius plan is to like zap all the energy out of the house
He's like, the house is a battery, so we just need to get rid of the energy.
and see if there's any left. And so basically, they turn on the machine, leave, and they come back.
And then what about the part even before that, though, when they find
And this was all done a week before
they find his
Christmas.
body supposedly like in the basement, like he was chained up like Arabian Night, like in a lag.
Hold up, we're not even there, you freaking idiot.
I'm an idiot, guys. I'm the idiot.
His wife gets possessed and hits on the priest.
He's the priest with the glasses.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was a priest. But yeah, she comes
I
down
don't
all
think he's
possessed.
exactly a priest, but...
She comes down all possessed and wanting him.
And apparently Scary Movie 2 parodied a lot of it.
Yeah, like the
Movies
scene,
like this, like scary ghost
like the
movies
scene
from the
with
50s
cat.
and 60s,
She
like The
fights with
Haunting
the cat.
and like House on Haunted Hill and The Legend of Hell House. But the scenes that they did is the one where he has sex with a ghost and the cat attacking her scene.
Yeah.
And then anyway, so in the last 15 minutes, the girl someone finally gets killed, but of course it's off screen. And the doctor finally gets killed. He comes back after zapping all the energy, and then we learn that.
The spirits didn't leave.
And they drop a chandelier on him, but we don't get to see it. They cut away death. And then they figure out that Blasco, the whole kicker of the whole thing, like the whole twist.
Is that it's not multiple ghosts that were trapped in the house. It's just Blasco.
And he's a billionaire, so he made the house out of lead to contain spirits.
Just to contain his spirit.
So that he could live in the afterlife.
About where he was going to be in the afterlife, so he just wanted to stay in his house.
I guess the kicker is you can't fuck with the afterlife because you'll get trapped in a world of horror. In limbo of nothing, basically.
The kicker is, hey, it was only his spirit, and he wanted
But
to
it
be
isn't
trapped
even
in
that
his house.
satisfying of a kicker as a viewer. Especially when you're watching a whole bunch of nothing the whole movie. And the guy who plays Belasco at the end is Michael Goo, the legendary Alfred
And it's,
Pennyworth
like, not
from the
even
Tim
him.
Burton Batman films.
Is Alfred? No, it's not even him. It's like a freaking...
It is him.
It's like, because he's got the prosthetic legs, and he's got the freaking... And they call him out. The guy calls him out.
So we don't even know if he did anything evil. Or maybe he did. He just has so much evil in him that it created so many spirits because he's such an evil guy.
And they call him out by calling him out on his height. Like, you were only 5 feet, right?
The whole ending is so bad.
And then they turn on the machine the last time. Even though he said the machine wouldn't work because of the lead.
He's like, let's hope that those two dead people will lure his spirit out of it.
Yeah, our two dead friends that got killed.
And you're
during
like,
this thing.
oh, okay.
They'll help
And they
the
don't
guy
even
into
meet
the
up with the
afterlife.
guy that hired them, and it's just terrible.
And
And
then
they
they're
run the
walking
credits,
out.
of course.
And shut the gate and run the credits, and then they show the black cat again, like, oh, it didn't die, even though it was in the shower all dead with prop cat with the blood.
Because he was using the body as a host.
It seems pretty tight.
Yeah.
But the movie overall sucked.
I'm done. If I had to give it a grading system, I'd give it like a C+.
Wow, he went for letters on this scale. I'd give it like a C minus.
Alright, this is JBM and L-Mid. Comment of your thoughts on this movie and recommend me movies on the occult.
Villain news.